Saturday, March 31, 2012. This is Mercedes Diesel Guy, and this is my Mercedes diesel. I'm back, folks. This is actually my my new-to-me 1983 240 diesel. As you can see, it's really beat up, and I'm just going to tell you a bit about it. I'm actually not going to be doing any work on this until I have the Vanagon back on the road. That's still very much an active project. Anyhow, I bought this car this week from the son of the original owner, and as you can see, it is absolutely filthy. Spent the past 5 years off the road. It was stored in a barn. Like I said, this car has been in one family since 1983. Oddly enough, the 240 here is photographing worse than the 220D did. But one major plus here is that we're looking at the original paint job, and I have a feeling that 99% of what I'm seeing here is really just dirt. And after a good wash and a good detailing, this factory paint job will actually shine quite nicely again. You can see there's a lot of touch-up all around the car with this touch-up paint that really does not match. But I can also see that it's over a much larger area than it needs to be. I mean, I can see the rust spots that the guy was trying to touch up, and he way oversprayed around them. So eventually what I'll do is I'll take the I'll go very carefully with some thinner, take this touch-up paint back, take it off, and then touch up again. Hopefully I can get some correct matching paint to do that. And once the rest of the car is detailed, everything should actually look pretty good. The car does have some rust issues. You can see a plate riveted there around a jack point, and I can't really fault that because I did the same exact thing on my previous 240D. There's also a thick plate riveted there inside the wheel well. This needs some attention. Other side of the car is similar, and the passenger side of the car actually has a plate riveted to the floor. The guy I bought it from did the work, and it's actually really thick steel. I used 22 gauge when I was doing patchwork. This is much thicker. Eventually I may actually take these plates off and clean everything up a bit more than weld everything back in place. I certainly would like to do a cleaner job here around the wheel well. But overall, I think I can get this car looking pretty good again. Overall, it looks pretty straight. For what I paid, obviously, I didn't do a Carfax, didn't check for accident history, but everything looks pretty straight. And I know I can save the body. I pop the hood for you. I mean, inside and out, this is absolutely the dirtiest 240D I've ever seen. Got a broken hood spring, got to take care of that. Previous owner actually sprayed everything with oil to help prevent rust over the years. I believe the car spent some time in Vermont, so that makes a bit of sense. I'm actually going to clean this all up, make the engine compartment shine again. The car is a runner. Battery's out at the moment because the battery actually is not, in terms of size, it's not a correct match, and it sticks up and the hood won't close. So I just have that around for starting the car up and moving it around. I'm going to have to get a correct sized battery. The air conditioning has been taken out of this car. So obviously the condenser and fan up here are gone. It's just the radiator and the oil cooler you see here. Really too much effort and expense to put that back together. Need a hood pad under here. Need a piece of chrome on the grill. And the grill shell is actually dented. I've never seen that happen before. But I guess the guy I bought it from hit it with something, and it's also a bit loose. Gotta tighten that up. But up front, it doesn't look too bad. I mean, the front bumper looks fine. Obviously, the have to do a bit of gluing here on this light cover, but not too bad, really. I kind of got overspray to take off all the bumpers. I'm going to pull the bumpers and all the rubber for that. Clean it off the car. You can see the interior is really no better. Dirtiest interior I've ever seen, but about what I'd expect for being stored for 5 years in a barn. You can see mold and mildew on the seats and everything. It's really kind of disgusting. But see, the passenger seat here is actually fully intact. Looks really nice, and once they get it cleaned up, the passenger seat should present as new. Driver's seat, on the other hand, is basically shot. Structurally, it seems okay. What I'm probably going to do is take it out, take it down to the frame, and then, I don't know, I guess I'll try to get some vinyl that's not too far off in terms of matching, and do some patchwork there on the side bolster and on the seat itself and on the armrest. And I'll put in some fresh padding, and I'll repair the springs if it needs. Also, I need to patch the vinyl there on the passenger side, driver's side B pillar. So much of screws and rivets here in the side of the console, which I just noticed. I'm not sure what they're from. I don't know, maybe there was a car phone mounted there in the 80s. The guy I bought it from said that the factory Becker Europa radio does not work. I had the same radio when I bought my 82 Mercedes back in '96. But when I started the car to get it onto the tow truck the other night, the only thing electrical working really seemed to be the headlights. So I'm going to have to check out the fuse box and see what's going on there. Odometer shows 275, but it doesn't work. The guy I bought it from estimates about 295. Big chunk out of the dash here, and what looks like some teeth marks in the glove box lid. I'm guessing maybe that the guy I bought it from, he had his dog in here, and it took a bite. So I actually do have a plan for trying to patch this up. I'm not going to get into that now. Obviously, this vent here, I got to push that back in and find a trim ring for the outside, but it's just a vent. It still works. The Zebrano wood trim is in pretty good shape. I think I should probably take off this centerpiece and refinish it. I thought the 83s had standard power windows, but I guess I'm wrong. I'm seeing crank windows here. And the cranks themselves, I don't know, they looked to me like they were out of a 124 body, but maybe these were correct for 1983. I've only seen these cars up to 82, so obviously I need a new shift knob. The boot itself, I don't think it actually is in too bad shape. I'll take it out and might have to do a little bit of patching there, but worst case scenario, I can always get a new boot. Don't want to do too much breathing in the car. Like I said, there's so much mold and mildew in here, it's not even funny. But I can clean it up. So the carpeting is pretty much gone. The only original carpeting that seems to be left is the driver's side carpet floor mat, and that's beyond filthy. Once I have everything out, I'm probably just going to get some tan indoor-outdoor carpeting and just recarpet the whole car with that, like I did with my Jetta. You can see how filthy everything is here. And there's shells and nuts and everything in here. I have a feeling that when this car was in storage in that barn, animals got into it. It probably was a window down for a good long time. So I suspect, there have been squirrels and whatnot living in here. Another reason it's got to be cleaned out and kind of degunked before I do anything. It's beyond filthy. But the rear seat is also in similarly excellent shape. I mean, you have to look past all the dirt. This MB Tex vinyl, once it's cleaned up, will look like new again. You can see here, actually, a whole brand new exhaust for the car, which is fantastic because there's no exhaust on the car at all right now. But this is pretty much the whole thing, so it saves me a little bit of money there. Fuel tank's right there. There should be, there's actually a whole bunch of missing trim in the trunk here too. There should be a carpeted separator panel there between the trunk and the diesel tank, and there should be a plastic panel along the side here, both of which are missing. Obviously I'll try to find replacements. The back panel here, the carpeted one, that should be easy enough for me to fabricate if I need to. Got a full spare set of 5 rims here. These are the original Mercedes aluminum rims. They're nice and lightweight. They're incredibly lightweight. And I can just lift this with my pinky right here. They weigh nothing. One of these wheels I'm actually going to be sending to New Jersey because my father's 240D is in need of a new wheel. This here is the original rear muffler. It's still usable. The guy had the whole exhaust system, but most of the rest of it was kind of pretty badly rotted. So we just kind of cut this off with a hacksaw, took it with me in case it would be useful. You can see here way more dirt on the trunk lid. And I really do think the car is going to clean up pretty well. The rear bumper, the impact strip is missing, as is the case with most late 123s. Overall, I'm not sure what I'm going to do about this yet, but I'll figure out something. I mean, if I can find a cheap enough replacement bumper that looks good, I'll use that. But we'll see. The driver's side of the car looks in pretty much similar shape to the passenger side. Slight interesting little bit of trivia. Benzel Busch. This was the dealership in New Jersey that originally sold this car. And my 1982 Mercedes 240 diesel. It was a black car. I don't have any video of it because I sold the car years and years ago. That car was sold at the same dealership. In fact, looking at the build date, this car, the 83 here has a build date of December 1982, whereas my other car had an April of 82 build date. So they were probably sold as such about 8 months apart, maybe even by the same salesperson. So I thought that was pretty cool. This car needs a lot of work. It's not just the body stuff too, it's mechanical. Like I said, engine runs, and it seemed to run pretty well. Obviously it needs full tune-up, filters, valve adjustment, but nothing serious at all. 4-speed manual transmission. It does need a clutch though. The guy said it needed pads and rotors on all 4 corners. Honestly, if the calipers aren't leaking and they're working just fine, I'm not going to replace them. But the car does have a brake fluid leak. I'm not sure how recent that is. It was leaking when the car was pulled out of the barn, so I had to take care of that. It's either the rubber line in the rear on the other side or a metal line. Either of which I can fix. No big deal. I mean, if I have to patch a section of line or replace a whole metal brake line, so be it. I don't think it really needs, much of anything mechanically. This is really mostly a big cleanup job. But, I'm looking forward to it. I want another 240. There are no hubcaps, so I may either source hubcaps or throw on some silver bunt cake alloy wheels, because I do like those. And just one other thing here. If you see these red plugs all over the place, the guy I bought it from told me that years and years ago he had taken it to Z-Bart and they'd drilled and filled with some sort of anti-rust treatment. So it's a good thing, I guess. Obviously I'm going to have to clean everything out here. But once I do that, I'm obviously going to spray more anti-rust into here. The Eastwood stuff, though. And hopefully that'll also prevent future rust. I know it's a long video, but I think it was worth it to spell out some of the information there. All I can say is wish me luck. It's a huge project, but you know what? I don't see much point in buying a car that's almost perfect and then calling it a project. I mean, if it's not going to be challenging, what's the point? So, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you soon.